Alright guys, it's Chatterbox Reviews, coming at you guys with a special video counting down my top 15 shows of all time. Alright, so welcome to the final part 3 of the top 15 shows of all time, a little mini-series on the channel. Thank you so much for checking this one out, and if you haven't already, check out part 1 and part 2 of the series, so you can catch up, see 15 to 11 and 10 to 6, and then of course, this one is 5 to 1, the big time, the finalists basically, and this is tier 1, so these shows, I think I've rewatched, not fully all the way through, but I have rewatched every single one of these shows on here. To the 2 of the shows I have watched all the way through once again, but the other 3 I think I've watched, like, parts, episodes here and there, seasons here and there that I really enjoyed. So anyways, these are my top 5. Again, it's very subjective. I'd love to hear your guys' top 5, or maybe just your top 3, top 1, whatever you'd like to share. I really would love to hear it. So that'd be awesome. But anyways, without further ado, let me get into the top 5 TV shows of all time for me. So number 5 is going to be White Collar, which was on USA. I think the last time we saw this show was 2015. I could be wrong, but I think it was 2015. Really great show. It's been a while since I've seen it. Again, I rewatched episodes here and there last year, just because I, remembering the show and how good it was. So I wanted to go back and rewatch a couple episodes. But a really, Tim DeKay was in it. And I don't remember the actor who played Neil Caffrey at the moment, but he did an amazing performance too. He's the star of the show. I just really love the show. I'm honestly looking back at it. It's a different show than a lot of these other shows on this list, but I just really enjoyed it at the time I was watching it. Back from 2014, 2015. I just really enjoyed it. It was just really interesting week to week, the kind of storyline of having that informant, Neil Caffrey, helping, right? But then there was so much more about it. It wasn't just kind of like a solve a crime a week thing. There was always a different subplot going on and something going on within the criminal kind of underworld that they set up in White Collar. And also Mozzie, who's Neil's friend in it, is just an amazing character, really funny. So yeah, it's categorized as a comedy drama on USA, and if you haven't seen it, I know a lot of people haven't heard about it, but check it out because it's really worth checking out. I really like it. Number 4 is going to be Better Call Saul. So we've only had 3 seasons of it now, and season 4 is coming up in a couple weeks. I'm really excited for that. But anyways, Better Call Saul, I kind of had to pick this one because I love Breaking Bad so much. I don't want to spoil anything for the upcoming, countdown here, but it is in the upcoming countdown for sure. But Better Call Saul, amazing. Bob Odenkirk doing a great job, as he did in Breaking Bad. Jonathan Banks, and then we have Giancarlo Esposito back for season 3. So just a really great show now that they've created this spin-off for Breaking Bad. And honestly, some people doubted them. Some people were like, I don't think you can create a spin-off as good as Breaking Bad, and they've probably almost reached that level now. Of course, it's not as much, it's not as an interesting story, right, or a compelling story as Breaking Bad is, but it's still a very interesting show, very interesting throughout, and of course, now they're actually getting closer to the Breaking Bad storylines, and maybe even bringing in Breaking Bad characters that we recognize, so I'm really excited for it. I think the next couple seasons may even be the best seasons of the show, even though we have been kind of gifted with a lot of really good content so far in the show. So really great there at number 4. Number 3, we have Suits on USA. And this one, again, is kind of like White Collar. I mean, these two kind of stand out within the rest of this field of shows as kind of being a little different. I love Suits. I mean, Harvey and Mike and Rachel. I mean, so you have Gabriel Mox, Patrick J. Adams, Rick Hoffman, Sarah Rafferty, Meghan Markle, Gina Torres. She's gone now, but really great show. I mean, watching it over, I just recently did a little bit of a rewatch for the first couple seasons. Just the nostalgia that comes back with it is just crazy. I really love Suits. The Harvey and Mike relationship will never get old for me. I just really really love it. The whole, theme of the show too, I'm kind of interested in that type of thing. Lawyers, law, crime, stuff like that, even though they don't deal a lot with crime. It's more civil stuff, of course, big corporations and stuff. But just a really, really nice show. And I still love it now, even with season 8 coming up. So really, really great one there. Great writing too, keeping it fresh. And that's the other thing I love with this show is each season it seems like they do something different with the story to make it interesting and appealing. Season 8 is going to be a lot different with the departure of Patrick J. Adams and Meghan Markle. So it's going to be really interesting, and I'm really excited for it. And that is why number 3 on the list is Suits. So then we are down to the top 2 shows, and these 2 shows honestly are kind of in a class of their own. Yeah, they're kind of within this tier still, along with White Collar, Better Call Saul, and Suits for me. But these 2 shows are really just kind of standouts that I would rewatch anytime, that I can probably quote you a lot of lines, just a lot of stuff within both shows that I completely love. So number 2, we have The Walking Dead on AMC, and of course this one is still going. Just a really, really great show. It's really the last couple seasons have kind of been declining a little bit to me, but I do believe that season 9 is going to kind of redeem itself here. Season 8 second half was good. Don't get me wrong, but season 7 and the first half of season 8 wasn't the strongest. But season 9, I have no doubt, is going to be a redeeming season for The Walking Dead. I think it's going to be good. But some of the earlier seasons of The Walking Dead, like season 2, season 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 you can throw in there, like that is just some of my favorite television I've ever seen. It's just awesome. I mean, season 1 is still, pretty good too, even though it's only 6 episodes. So, The Walking Dead, I mean, Andrew Lincoln, Lauren Cohan, Stephen Yeun, I can go on, Norman Reedus, just the, Melissa McBride, just the whole cast is just really, really awesome. Andrew Lincoln, in specific, being with this series for 8 years, and rumors about him leaving, so we'll have to see how that plays out in season 9. But yeah, he's just been really great for the show, being that lead character for so long in the show, and he's been amazing. The Walking Dead, such an interesting concept with the apocalypse, and I really felt like this show, like when it was really popular at the height of season 4 and 5, was kind of like the guiding force in that kind of popular like zombie apocalypse kind of idea. Like a lot of movies and series spun off of that idea, and I believe The Walking Dead was pretty much behind that at the time. So really great show. There's a really hardcore fan base, and I would say I'm within that fan base. I just really, really love the show. And finally, at number 1, not a huge surprise, maybe to some of you, of course, the background, you can probably tell. Number 1 is Breaking Bad. So, just an amazing show. A lot of people consider this to be kind of their favorite show, or like the best TV show ever, pretty much ever made. And I would agree with that. I haven't seen some of the other high-profile shows. The Wire, I haven't seen. A lot of people think maybe that beats Breaking Bad out. So, I can't, contest to a lot of the, the other shows like that. But Breaking Bad, I love it. Bryan Cranston, honestly, I think still is one of the best television performances I've ever seen, like if not the best. He does an amazing job. Aaron Paul, Bryan Cranston, that Walter Jesse relationship throughout the whole series. It's just so captivating, so interesting. Just a really, really good show all the way around. Anna Gunn, Dean Norris, RJ Mitty, Giancarlo Esposito, Jonathan Banks, Bob Odenkirk. I could go on, but the rest of the cast is just awesome. Hank is one of my favorite characters in the show until about season 5, right? Because then everything kind of falls apart, and he's kind of our main villain. But anyways, really just love the show, the way they take it, the directions they go, and if you really, you rewatch the show like I recently did last year, and you see from episode 1 to the finale of the show, it's insane the transformation that even just Walter has made, but the whole show has made within this story. It's just really crazy, and the series finale is the best finale. I don't really care what anyone says about any other shows. it's the best finale that has ever, aired. It is honestly such a good finale. Leaves pretty much nothing to question, maybe except where is Jesse going, right? That's like the only thing. So really, really great series, and obviously my favorite all-time TV show ever. Alright, so that just about wraps up my list, my top 15 TV shows of all time. Again, remember, this is a subjective list, so please let me know what your top 15 are, your top 5, top 3, whatever you want to share. I'd love to hear it, so thank you so much, for leaving a comment, discussing and stuff like that. I just really enjoy that. So, anyways, thanks for sticking with me for the 3-part series here on the channel. Hopefully in the future, I'll, look to do more of these kind of countdown little part series on the channel. I really enjoyed putting this one together. It was tough, man, to get 15 shows and to kind of reflect on all the shows I've watched. Is really crazy, and then to narrow it down to 15 and then sort them within that. So it was tough for me. I've watched a lot of shows, maybe too many to be honest, but anyways, so really enjoyed putting this list together. Again, if you agree with me on some of these, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. I'd love to talk about them. So anyways, guys, again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. If you watched all 3 parts, I do really appreciate it. If you haven't, check out the other 2 parts where I go over 15 to 6, but of course 2 different videos. So anyways, Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, my 2 favorite shows, and they're kind of in a class of its own, at the end of the list. So anyways, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.